I really feel like I need to do something creative. Everything I've been doing lately is very administrative. I don't know, I feel like I have to sew something. So we're doing a little DIY. I bought these pants on Facebook Marketplace on the Big Bud Press Facebook page, and honestly it's on me. I really didn't look too closely at the picture and didn't realize that there is like a giant, uses a painted pattern, and there's a big smudge like right in the crotch area. Important spot where I don't want people to stare at me. So we're gonna fix it. I really like the way these fit me, so I'm thinking that I'm just gonna cut them into a skirt and make it a little short skirt. With the bottom of the pants, I'm hoping I have enough material to make this top. This easy sew pattern. Simplicity. I'm gonna do this one. And mainly because it's the one that I've done before, this top here, and all the pattern pieces are cut out, so that's mostly why I'm doing. So here you can see what I'm talking about. This area looks a little awkward, don't you think? What I'm going to do is I'm going to take chalk. You can use anything. This is probably the best thing to use, in my opinion, because it's easy to mark. Probably like that. And so when I take this off, I'll measure it, and then I'm going to measure some space for a hem where I want it to hit. Okie dokie. We'll cut. Next thing I'm going to do is lay down the pants flat, one side on top of the other. You can see the marks pretty much line up here to here. So I really just want to make sure that there are no wrinkles. So I'm going to use this guide as a line. And then I'm going to mark another line, 2 lines underneath. So that is going to be 1/2 inch. That will give me a little bit of room to hem my skirt. I'm going to cut even a little bit more below the line just to be safe. We will use the bottom of the pants for our top. Right now, we're going to turn this into a skirt. All right, the first step is to open up this seam in the crotch. You can use a seam ripper. Probably save you some time. You have to get going a little bit, but then you want to put the butt, this ball part, and you can just, you want to make sure that you are staying on course, but that will open up that for you. Don't use this part and just jam it through like this, because you're definitely going to rip. These are the seam rippers I sell in my kit, by the way. In our large kits, this is what we sell. I didn't source, you know, the most expensive product. I didn't want to make my kits super expensive. Alright, another trick. If you don't have this, you can use a razor blade. I use a razor blade now more than I use the seam ripper, although that was surprisingly easy. It worked perfectly for my demonstration. Alright, And a razor blade works the same way a seam ripper does. It's really sharp. You can just cut, just kind of go a little at a time. And this will cut everything. This is how I do it. Boom. Now we also need to open up. So I think I kind of f***ed this up. I think we need to open up to here. I probably should have watched a tutorial before I did this, but you know, we'll learn together. Yeah, hold on.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Make yourself feel at home. It's going to seem like you don't know what you're doing, but trust the process. Trust the vision, baby girl, okay? To maintain the original.
Okay. All right. She cute. That's cute like that. I am most likely going to sew that down here. Okay, I get it. I get the vision. For the back, what we're going to do, I'm going to basically just remove all this fabric here. So I'm going to pin this, and then I'm just going to pin this like this. I'm going to cut this away. So we're going to sew that all the way down, and then what we're going to do, nope, and that's what we're doing. So we want everything to be this length. I'm going to give myself a little. We're going to sew this here. Sew this part down onto itself, and then we'll sew this down, and then we'll hem both sides, and I feel like that should be my skirt. Hopefully it's not incredibly short. We'll find out. First things first. I'm not loving this. I'm not going to try it on a lot. I feel like it's probably going to be fine. Let's do it over stitch. My serger has to be put away because we don't have any room. So I'm just going to use my overcast stitch on my sewing machine. Most at-home sewing machines will have the option to have an overcast, and most of them will come with multiple foots that you can change them out for different stitches, like the machine does. Even your most basic sewing machine should come with a buttonhole foot, an overcast foot, something like that. And even if it doesn't, there's still a stitch that you can do without a special pressure foot on most at-home machines. They're very versatile. So we are going to press the seam and then sew the front. Just placing the skirt on top of itself. I'm going to sew it down. So I do want to make sure this is nice and pinned so it doesn't move around. Oh, no thread. I guess it's time for the real test now. See if it's too short. Oh, it's perfect. Actually, I mean, it might be a little short after I hem it. Cute. Ooh, I'm excited for the top now. Okay, well, I'm going to iron the hem and sew it under, and I'll be back with a finished skirt. Yay! Decided to hit the raw edge of the fabric with the overcast foot and stitch on my machine because I didn't want to lose, I was afraid to lose too much fabric rolling up my hem. I also cut off the excess, the other little part of the crotch here, and I hit that with the overcast machine too, just a little bit. It's not perfect, but it's better than nothing. And roll over my hem only about 1/2 inch, and I won't have a skirt that I'm afraid to sit down in. And for these kind of sewing projects, I like to use these clips because they're very easy to put on and take off while you're sewing. We're done. We're done with the skirt. All my problems, all the issues in the world, me. Whatever. Okay, here we go. Super cute. Okay, I can't tell, but I know it's cute. For the most part, I think this is good. Let's check out the pant legs. Next to the pants. All right, this is going to be a much shorter tutorial because this is a sewing pattern. There's pieces, you cut them out, you sew them together. There's not a lot I have to walk through other than where I'm going to put the pattern pieces. We'll walk through that for this pattern here. I think I'm going to do the front of A, but probably the back of B. Because I'm not going to do the front of B because ain't nobody got time for this. And also, ain't nobody got time for this. Nope, ain't nobody got time for this here. So we're doing this one. We're doing the fast one and the fast one. Probably no ties. I'll probably do the straps for B2. So we'll mash them up. I started doing this and then figured this would probably be pretty satisfying. So I started at the seam, but you really don't have to pick apart the whole thing. You just rip it. So this is one pant leg down. This is how much fabric I got after I undid the hem. It was folded here, so this was the bottom. So that is an entire 2 inches of fabric. Very helpful. Okay, so I'm gonna do the other one and we'll be back. I have taken out the pattern pieces, and because I want to Frankenstein the C bodice with the B back and the B straps, I need to come here and figure out what pattern pieces I need. 2 sides, a back, and a strap. That should be it. 7, 9, 10, 11. Okay, let's do it. Also, this is large. I have to cut these pieces down, actually. So, 7, 9, 11. And it actually might not have B. Or the B straps cut out TBH. You know what? We mean... So I can add a zipper, or this A back I think has back A elastic. I actually might do that. All right, so I'm gonna start laying out pattern pieces. This is the middle bodice part. I folded one leg in half. I don't really want any of the seam of these pants going down the middle of my top or the middle of my back. So I folded them in half, and I'm gonna make my top a little bit shorter. This pattern is kind of long anyways, so we are going to cut 2 on the fold of the fabric. So I need a lining for this top. We'll get one. That's fine. So those sides, we need to cut another one. And then this guy, we need to cut 4. Let's see. Maybe. Actually, I do. We're hoping to get the back and both straps out of this piece. Let's hope for the best. Okay, so I have the 4 pieces, front, 2 sides, back, 2 straps. Have my pattern pieces. They are going back in the package to live again another day. And it's just me and the instructions from here forward. I will follow the instructions to put together bodice. Let's see. Okay, so we're going to follow the instructions for strap 10, bra top C, so 11, 7, and 9. We'll put those together. Top A, the back. So then we'll go and put the backside together. Easy enough. Why not complicate things? Hello friends. So, really story of my life. So I finished my outfit. This isn't the full pan, so I'm not fully in frame. That's okay. I got tired last night, so I stopped filming. I cut out all the pieces. I sewed them. This had a lining, so I used a piece of linen fabric that I had thrifted, I don't know, probably last year, a couple years ago. This is why I always buy fabric at the store if I can, if it's priced reasonably and I think that I'll use it, I will get it. This is a beautiful piece of like linen, gauzy fabric. It's very light. If we can recall, we made bust C, straps of top B with the back here of top A. This is actually pretty easy. The one thing that I didn't fix, first off, this came up too high on me when I tried it on, but I already had sewn both pieces together, so I just ran a piece of thread and ruched it down so this fits a lot better. Another fix I did was I had to tuck back the straps a little bit. They were a little long and I didn't know that before I sewed them in place, so that's what happens when you sew things at midnight. Last thing is this here. Can we see this? Here. It is super little gapey at the bottom, so I think what I'm going to do is sew the same channel for the elastic to the bottom part of this top. So it fits tight here, and I don't have to add a zipper. I can still put it on because it is stretchy. So we can do that together now because it is daytime and I'm not a zombie anymore. Thanks. So what I did here, I sewed channel, one line of stitching and another one an inch apart. This lining and the fabric are separate from each other, so this created a little channel here, and that's exactly what we are going to do on the bottom part. Alright, for this I'm going to use chalk and one of our new grid stencils. I'm going to line up this 1 inch mark here, and I'm going to make 2 stitches a 1/4 of an inch, the first tick above where I placed my stencil, and then this one. So this is giving me a channel. So I'm going to stitch along both of these chalk lines and I'll come right back. I've sewn my channel. Here it is. I ripped open a little part of the lining, or snipped, and I sewed that there. I'm going to take a safety pin and carefully and slowly, because you don't want to push this. I've definitely just squeezed it too much. They sell tools to make this easier, but honestly I don't find that they've made it much easier for me, and I prefer the safety pin. I've just learned to not squeeze it and not pull on it, because if the safety pin opens inside your project, boy oh boy, do you have a heck of a time getting it back out. So slow and steady wins the race here, especially because the channel is kind of tight, the fabric, this outside fabric is kind of stiff, so because I don't want my safety pin to open, I'm just being real slow. Oops, I forgot to snip the other little hole here. So that's just through one layer. Better be. We're good, right? Oh my gosh, heart attack. Okay, here we go. And then you want to start pulling on the elastic, y'all. And now the top and bottom of my top has elastic. I'm actually going to make this kind of small because the whole thing fits anyways, and it fits kind of big, so fully stretched it's going to be big. All right. That's good. I'm going to pull this tight, hold it down. I'm going to sew it here and cut it off. And my top will be ready to wear. BRB. Now we have a completed top. Let's see what it looks like. All right, and this is the final product. I'm very happy with this. I really can't believe that it was so easy. It was actually really easy. Once I found the tutorial, thank you very much, I will link the video that I watched in the comments so you can go and watch it as well. I really used it. They did something different with their skirt and had to adjust a little bit more. I really used it just to figure out what to do at the back, but the instructions are awesome and obviously very helpful because we finished our skirt. And if you can recall, the elastic top, which is really great because I didn't have to add any bows or ties or zippers or anything like that. So this was a good combination of the pieces of the pattern. We wound up doing the bodice C with the straps of top B and the back of top A. Even though this is not what that top A back looked like, it had the same instructions. It's okay for things to look different. The instructions are just a guide. Just like all of my instructions. They're just a guide to start your creativity. And this is how I'd style it to go out. I've actually already worn this skirt with a black t-shirt that I have and some tennis shoes. I'm very excited to wear this all summer and wear this top together and separate. This will look great with some jeans or some black pants. Could you imagine? The possibilities are endless. But thanks for watching. I hope you found this useful, and I'll catch you on the next Mend With Me.